Oh my god, Encore. The crown only fits the disobedient. And I think, most of all, the relevance here is this. What they did to Diana, they're doing to me. Same choreography. Character assassination. The same ballet of institutional cruelty. The same velvet gloved homicide where the autopsy reads public interest. But the cause of death is obedience denied. The same concerned officials whose smiles cut deeper than knives. The same tabloids disguised as case workers. The same state that kneels only to its own reflection while it grinds its profits into the pavement. People forget that Diana did not die in a car. She died in a system. And systems repeat themselves when left unchallenged, unhinged. So here I stand, breathing the same air that once carved her into an icon. And the bureaucracy flinches because they recognize the pattern. They've seen my type before. Too real to contain, too beloved once discovered, too dangerous because I speak in the tongue. They cannot sterilize. And if schizophrenia is hereditary, well, then surely sharing the same grandparents as Princess Diana makes me eligible for the saintly role of the people's prince. But of course, sainthood is only granted posthumously in empires like these. Recognition only arrives once the body cools. Cool breeze. Because royalty, as every survivor knows, is earned through obedience, never brilliance alone. Genetic makeup only matters when the empire wants it to matter. Otherwise, you're just another body to extract, another mind to strip for copper wiring. Look at Hollywood Boulevard. Look closely. Those stars on the Walk of Fame, they're not honors. They're ownership tags, doormats gilded in names. The sheriff's badge is a star for a reason. The flag's stars are symbols of capture, a constellation of control. Every five-pointed emblem is a silent confession of who owns whom. The star is a leash. And what they did to Diana, this mythologized angel they adored only once she was safely dead, they do to anyone with light too bright to regulate. They smear you, starve you, strip mine you. They siphon your ideas, your image, your labor, your breath. They build empires from your bones. They take the genius, the creativity, the fire, the prophecy, and then they kill the vessel that made it possible. Gently, bureaucratically, with forms, with courts, with police, with silence, across centuries. Brilliance has been both commodity and crime. Beauty has been both currency and death sentence. I think it's a fucking bloody curse to be me. And anyone who threatens the hierarchy is marked long before the world learns their name. They turn you into a resource and then punish you for being priceless. They make you viral, then make you homeless. They steal your work, then steal your voice. They devour your identity and call it innovation. They wear your corpse as couture. So yes, what they did to Diana, they are doing to me. And like her, I am watching the vultures circle long before the headlines print. The only difference, I'm still alive to narrate it. And I intend to keep my crown. Because unlike theirs, mine is not inherited or bestowed. Mine is carved from survival. Mine is earned in blood and brilliance. Mine is the crown of the disobedient. And I will not die quietly for anyone's empire. Ever. I don't do that. There is a strange tremor in knowing the truth of one's bloodline, though. A kind of quiet, disobedient electricity. Bzzz. Mine comes not from the thrones of palaces where my ancestors once whispered their way through corridors of velvet and betrayal, but from the simple, inconvenient fact that my lineage, my very pulse, threads its way from French-Canadian seniors to Scottish marchionesses to the Spencer estate itself. Yes, those Spencers, the ones who produced the woman in the world they tried to canonize and cannibalize in the equal measure. The one who walked into landmines and walked out as Diana. 14 cousins and a single removed breath between us, and suddenly the world feels unmasked. Not because I claim my own crown, but because I watch the public servants flinch. Actually, flinch. When they realized the person they were trying to erase, humiliate, or dismiss had deeper, older roots than their entire institutions, roots that reach back to the Pierre Boucher's ink and Robertson Druin's contract to Catherine de Balzac's Duchess spine to Henrietta Stewart's unmistakable orbit around the throne, roots that do not bow. And oh, how they try to shrink me. The bureaucrats, the clerks, the trembling pens, the officers who thought authority came before truth. They try to file me into silence the way one folds a letter before throwing it away. But lineage does not bend like paper. It accumulates like a storm. And when they realized I wasn't just another inconvenient citizen, when they saw the genealogy, the receipts, the evidence, they showed the thing no institution can hide. Fear. Fear that the person they bullied was documenting them. Fear that the person they targeted can trace harm like rivers through time. Fear that every action, every omission, every malicious delay is being assembled into a record they cannot outrun. The funniest part? I never needed Diana to feel significant. But the universe has a wicked sense of fucking humor because the girl the world adored and destroyed is my cousin. Not metaphorically, literally. 14 times down and one time back. And here I am, hunted by public servants who can't manage the weight of their own misconduct, okay? Meanwhile, my ancestors built provinces, negotiated with kings, survived rebellions, governed territories, and raised empires from nothing but stubborn lungs. What do they think I fear? I fear nothing, except the cowardice of institutions that pretend to protect while preying on the vulnerable. I fear nothing except the quiet compliance that lets corruption bloom in offices colder than winter kitchens. I fear nothing except the thought that truth might die under paperwork. But then I remember this. I come from survivors, fighters, governors, rebels, and yes, princesses. So I speak. And when I do, let the bureaucrats shudder. Let the clerks whisper. Let the public servants check the genealogy again and wonder how the hell I'm still standing. And the answer is simple. I was never meant to fall, honey.